Hello everyone, you mystical light beings, and welcome to Lena Mystic. Today's video is about Mercury Retrograde. And to be honest, Mercury Retrograde is not a fun period. A lot of us already know that, and a lot of us hate Mercury Retrograde. Whew, this one will not be fun, as they normally aren't, but the bright side is we can always prepare for them. And this is why I decided to make this video, because if you know something's going to be rough for you, why not prepare for the rough and the toughness of it, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to prepare the best that we can for this rocky period and just take control of it, basically. So for this reading, we have communication is key, and we have don't let pride get in the way. This, oh my goodness, this is so on point that these cards came out, because Mercury Retrograde has everything to do with communication and communicating properly and perceiving things properly, perceiving tones and text, all of that. Guys, be careful with arguing in text. It is dangerous because you have no idea what the person's tone is. Those little periods at the end of text messages, you can perceive those and everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That nonverbal communication, all of that is so important right now. So try to be patient at this time, because you don't want to perceive something for something that it isn't. And that could be the ending of relationships, just simply perceiving something wrong. And you don't want that. You want to continue your relationships in a healthy way, in a healthy manner. So let's get into this. Whew, I already feel the weight of Mercury Retrograde, because shadow period is a week before, and it's just overwhelming. Guys, shadow periods are just as bad. Let's get into this though. So we have quite a few reversals, and I want to speak on those. So with the Ten of Cups, family life. Guys, be careful when communicating to your family, because things can be perceived completely wrong. And that has a lot to do with don't let the pride get in the way, and communication is key. So speaking your 2 cents and listening to the other people as well is very important at this time. Try not to perceive things for what they're not. Try to be very cautious about how you're hearing things. And if your perception is off, be cautious about that. Really deep dive and think, am I making more of this than what it is? Am I making more of their tone than what it is? And their perspective, like, what is their perspective? What are they speaking on? Are they using the proper words? Do they mean that? Think all of these things, because it is so important at this time to really, really be patient and to be strategic about how you handle communication. I don't think that having arguments is a good thing at this time. I think that if you have something that you want to discuss that could be a little bit of an aggressive manner, you should write it down and then figure out how you're going to address it. Because if we know that communication is going to be an issue at this time, then you want to make sure you handle things the proper way. And with all that being said, I want to say that be careful how you speak to your family and your loved ones, because relationships are tested during Mercury Retrograde. So make sure that you're communicating properly and nice and patient and all of that good stuff. The Queen of Swords is reversed as well as King of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles to me is a spirit guide, and with the Queen of Swords, I see a spirit guide on her shoulder. So it's going to be hard for you to decipher a lot of messages, which is funny because it does have everything to do with communication. So you may perceive your guides in a way that they didn't mean for you to, and it may be hard for you to connect to your guides. So just try your best to meditate as much as you can, and to think as much as you can, and contemplate as much as you can, so that you can perceive things the right way. This is the time to really dive deep into yourself and listen to your inner voice, because intuition is being tested as well with the Four of Pentacles, and you don't want to be completely lost during Mercury Retrograde, because it can get very hectic. It's going to be possibly pretty crazy, as my retrograde app says. So just be careful with a lot of things going on during this period, and remind yourself that Mercury is in retrograde, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. If things are at a standstill and you feel like you're not moving forward, analyze that and say, hey, you know, Mercury is in retrograde, so maybe things aren't moving forward until after, but keep putting in as much effort as you can into your relationships, your work life, all of that good stuff. And know that technology is going to be iffy at this time too. A lot of people don't know, but Mercury retrograde affects technology. So if your car's having issues, make sure you got all them issues up to date. Like if you need that oil change, get it now. If you need some air in your tires, get it now. If your computer needs to be fixed, your phone needs to be fixed, all this stuff you want to get fixed before Mercury is in retrograde, because it's just going to get worse. But also be patient, knowing, because you want to know and expect these things so that you're prepared for them. So be patient, okay? This is all about patience, guys. Mercury retrograde is all about patience, communication, and just technology, all of that good stuff. But be patient with everything going on in your life, because it can get really, really crazy if you're not. So with the Seven of Wands and the Tower card, I see you kind of fighting a lot. And it's because a lot of things are seeming to fall apart. But to be honest, with the Tower card, things are going to fall apart, but in a good way. They're kind of falling into place, which is nice. I always say that when things fall apart, that means something is falling into place. So pay attention, meditate, contemplate on what is falling into place so that you can take that next step to your goals, to success, or whatever it is that you want and desire in your life. It's time to perceive things a little differently, y'all. Nine of Pentacles is saying take care of yourself during this time, because it can be draining. You want to be cautious about who you're talking to right now, because if someone has a lot of drama, they're kind of going to put that into your aura as well, because your aura is almost wide open at this time. So be very cautious about the drama you're allowing in your life right now. And just know that if you're letting all of that negative energy in, or that really sad, depressing energy, you're going to give off that energy as well. And then it's just going to spread like wildfire, and you don't want that. So take care of yourself. Social distance, because this could be really good for empaths. And just make sure you're eating really good things for your body, because you want to make sure that you're putting high vibrational foods into yourself so that you can give those high vibes out as well. Whew. Mercury retrograde, guys. I can't stop saying it, because I'm like, weren't we just in Mercury retrograde? Like, how are we here again? It is such a growth period, but we've got this. So try to listen to your intuition. Try to listen to your inner voice right now. Take care of yourself. Eat the proper foods. And make sure you're loving yourself properly. I wish you all the best. I love you so much. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below for your girl. And I'll see you in the next video.